we're going to start by going to our elements, and we're going to go to shapes for us to find the shape that we can use for this logo, for the facial expression, because creating the face is a little bit of a drag and it takes long. So Canva introduced these generate shapes, which are pretty cool. Then you're going to click on generate shapes, and then you're going to type the shape that you would like to create. I want to create an African woman's face. And then I click on generate shapes to see what kind of shapes I'm going to get in order for me to create this shapes only logo using my Canva. So these are not what I want. They're close, but I don't want, so I will generate again and then see if I find what is very close to what I want to create. This is much better. I can add this particular face and then rotate it to see if I can use the shape. You see, creating this face with lines, you can, but I think it's going to take you long. So once you've found the face that you would like to create, you're going to make it nice and big. I like this one, and you're going to change the color to make the color that you would like to create. So I'm going to go with black, but you can go gold. It doesn't matter, whichever color that you prefer. Gold is also fine. Then you duplicate the shape. The second shape, you change the color to white so that you can have the line of the face that you can create your logo as. And something like that. We don't want these extra spaces. So what we do what we do best with Canva. We press R for rectangle, and then we start covering up all of these other ones that we don't want. So we just move them over to where the shapes are, change the color to white, and then make it big like that, and then cover what you don't want. We just want the outline of the young lady, and then grab your shapes and cover all of these other shapes that you don't want so that they are completely gone, and you're left with that outline. Highlight everything and group. It's going to be helpful if you lock your design so that it doesn't bother you when you're busy creating. Now I have a beautiful outline. I'm going to start with the easiest shape of all, the eyelashes. So I'm going to go to my lines and create the eyelashes. So I press L for a line, and then I zoom in on my line, and I make this very, very thin. So I'm going to go to my stroke levels, make it 1, so that I can start creating my eyelash. And I'm going to use the line type and curve it, and make sure that I bend it in a way that allows me to start creating an eyelash. And I want it to be a tiny little eyelash that I'm going to fit over there by my design. And I'm going to duplicate that, add it to the second eyelash, zoom in, so that I start creating my eyelash. And I can group these, make them tiny. If you want to make it even more tiny, just zoom in on Canva, and then it will allow you to make it as smaller as you want. Then head over to the face so that you have your eyelash added like that. Next step is your earring. So we're going to go back to our elements, and we're going to go to shapes, and we're going to find these beautiful shapes that Canva has added for us, these teardrops. So you can pick any of these teardrops to create your earring. We pick one of these, and then we make the color of this one same as our design. If you went with gold, make it gold. I went with black, so I'm going to just choose black and then duplicate the shape, change it to white so that I have a nice, beautiful earring that looks like that. And then the last part is the fun part, because now we're creating the braids. So I'm going to press L for my line and then move my line. I can group these and then lock them again so that they don't bother me. And then I can pick the line that I've added, change the curve, make it curvy, and then start creating the braids for my hair. So I will put the hair just on top of her head and then bring the braid all the way down. So we'll drag it, bring it down, drag it, and then bring it down as well until I have a hairline that looks like that. And then I go over to my stroke style. I pick this stroke style. If that's what you want, you can make it thin, you can make it not thin. So it depends on what you want to create. If you want a thinner one, you can do that. You can also increase the stroke weight to have your braids look a little bit braidy, and then when you create rounded shapes of your strokes, then it gives you like those little bubbles. So depending on what kind of braid you want, you can then adjust it until you are happy. Then you select it again and you duplicate it, and then you start adjusting the braid to the lady so that you have a nice braided young lady. So I can make my strokes an 8. That's like a happy medium. And there you have your braid design that you can just adjust and tweak until you're happy. Now you're going to just add the name of the business. You press T for your text, and then you create the name of your business. You can duplicate this so that you have a black and white, and when you're delivering your logo to your customer, it's always a good idea to have different colors. Then you have that kind of a look. And if you turn something like this into a 3D, you just absolutely love. You can go ahead and use photop.com and then start using Photop. That is also new. And then we click on templates and we go find one of those gorgeous templates to turn this into a 3D design. I love this first one. However, you can pick any one that you like. Click on the link or double click on the Photop template so that it opens up the canvases where you can add your 3D. While it loads, you wait. And then you go ahead where it says your logo here on the chair. You go grab that 2D transparent logo that you've downloaded from your remove.bg and you drag it to your canvas. Make the size bigger. If you don't want the lady to be looking at one direction, then you need to change that at Canva while you're busy working on Canva. In our instance, we're just going to press Control S or Command S if you're working on a Mac, and then it changes it to a smart object, and you click on the first link and you have your beautiful logo design that is done purely with your shapes on Canva, and we just love it. If you want more ideas when it comes to shapes on Canva, visit our playlist. I will see you with our next video.